Moments before we spoke to Grover Norquist reacting to President Biden laying out his tax plan. Here to continue the conversation is host of Stacy on the Right and co-chair of Project 21, Stacy Washington. And we'll be joined soon by CEO of Starnes Media Group and radio host Todd Starnes. But Stacy, wanted to get your reaction, first of all, to President Biden.
Well, so I continue to be, and thank you so much for having me today. It's so good to be back with you.
Yeah,
we've missed you. I don't know why we haven't had you on for a while, but we were asking each other a couple days ago, where's Stacy been? We got to get her back on.
Yeah, I've missed you guys, and I'm glad to be here. I just want to reiterate that what a lot of us are looking for from President Biden, I feel like we're not going to get, is just for him to be perfectly clear, for him to be honest. Earlier today, we saw people tweeting out that and these are members of Congress saying that no area of our current tax code will be untouched by this new measure that Biden wants to bring in. And so he's saying, I have a big, huge, big spend, big agenda that I want to implement, and I want to touch every area of your lives. And in order to do that, I need to touch every area of your pocketbook, every area of your investments. Everything needs to be taxed. So you'll be integrally connected to the federal government through these payments we'll be giving you for everything, but you'll also have very little of your own money to keep because we're going to tax the hell out of you. So I really would love it if he would just go ahead and be honest about that so Americans could actually assess. My recommendation is for people to call their congressmen, call your senators, and say you don't agree with this. I'm tired of our big spending, big borrowing agenda. It's not the way Americans live. We don't live this way in our household. And I think people need honesty, clarity, transparency, and fairness. And we're not getting that from President Biden right now.
Yeah, that's what upsets me when I listen to him speak about it and talks about the billionaires and the millionaires, when the bottom line is that it will impact everyone, including this thing that he talked about, if we could skip to this, the IRS not being able to tell if the top 1% can cheat. And now listen to this.
The IRS can't see what they make and can't tell if they're cheating.
So he went further from that and talked about, as a result, they are making moves for the IRS to be able to access people's bank accounts. But it turns out it's like $600 or above. So that would impact just about everyone. So the IRS would have access to your bank account.
So first of all, didn't we say that they were like this? Didn't we go all over the television during the Trump 2020 campaign and say that they wanted to touch every area of your lives? These are people who believe in a command and control structure. So if I'm spending $600 in cash on something and that money passes through my account, they want to know where the $600 came from. So this means you'll constantly be having to answer to the government about what's going on in your bank account, which is none of their business. The idea that they can't see what the rich people are doing is kind of enshrined in like being rich. Tell me you're rich without telling me you're rich. You have tax engineers working for you, $1,400 an hour. And these people make sure you're paying every bit of what you owe, but not a penny more, because that's their job. They're tax lawyers. So their job is to make sure that every loophole in our 80,000 pages of tax law, that you're able to take advantage of every loophole. Regular people who own nail salons or, regular people like myself, we don't have tax lawyers working for us. So the IRS is basically going to become a weaponized agency of the Democrats to punish anyone who's doing anything that even looks like it might be outside the tax code. And I was told once by our CPA, who just does our taxes once a year, she said, there's so much law there that you could be breaking the law pretty much anytime you're doing anything. So you just stay within the bounds of what is normal, what they're looking for, which is for you to pay the tax that you owe. And that's what most people are doing. Yeah,
I was going to say, by the way, Heather, before we go, top 1% wage earners, $758,000. So that's a lot of money. But to use that as an excuse to get to everybody, that's what they're doing. And they're trying to turn you against anybody that might be successful enough to make money.
Yeah. I mean, like what Stacy was saying, I think the dishonesty, or, you have to look between the lines, let's just say that, to determine that it will impact everyone. I think that's disingenuous.
Right.
Stacy, stay with us because we have much more to talk about ahead.